talk about ceilings, and once I have the Revit run, I will talk about roofs. About the ceilings, if you are in the floor plan, for example, in the first floor plan, and these are your rooms ready to be modeled, or sorry, to model the ceiling. Now we have this ceiling. The level of this ceiling, for example, is 2.4 or 2.5, 3.2, according to your height. So go to the ceiling. Under the ceiling, you have two options. The automatic ceiling, where the ceiling can recognize the walls, so it highlights the boundary of your walls, and you can just add the height of the ceiling and just click inside your room. Now it says that none of the created elements are visible. Why? Because the ceiling is above the cut plane level. Fine. So if I go to the 3D, now I have my ceiling model and it's here now. Once I select this ceiling, I will have the ability to give it a certain height, for example 2.4. Fine. And I can edit type. I can assign a structure for this ceiling. Okay. Again, I'll go to the plan again. First floor, for example, ground floor, according to your requirements. Go to the room that you are going to add a ceiling inside it. Just go to architecture. Under architecture, you have the ceiling option. Click on ceiling. Now you have two options to draw your ceilings. The first one is automatic ceiling. The second one is sketch. Let's go to the automatic ceiling first. It will automatically recognize some of your rooms, and it's according to the height. These rooms are not closed, sorry. Let's go to the the first floor plan. Now I'll have the ability to add some ceilings here. If the rooms are not bounding, you will have the option of sketch ceiling. If your walls are not recognized, you will have the option of sketching a ceiling. Just draw your ceiling here from this point to this point, for example. Then from this point to this point, maybe. From this point or this one to here. Fine. Now I can just trim this one with this one, this one with this one, this to this, and now I can do this to this, delete and trim this with this. Fine. Now I have drawn the boundary of my ceiling this way. I will click OK. Now in the 3D, I will have my ceiling modeled here. So if you have the ability to pick your ceiling automatically, just pick it. If not, you can draw the sketch of the boundary of your ceiling. You can add the level of your ceiling and the offset from the level. The second thing, that you have the ability to give a hatch or a pattern for your ceiling, and it's according to the type that you have selected here. You have the plain one and you have the tiled ceiling. So for example, I want my ceiling to be 60 by 60. I can click here. Now it's 60 by 60. You can go to the ceiling plans. I don't have ceiling plans here, right? How to add some ceiling plans? You can just go to the view. Yes, plan views. Now I want reflected ceilings plans. I want first floor plan. Click OK. Now you have it here. Zoom in. This is your tiled ceiling. Fine. Do it again. I will go to the ground floor plan or the first floor plan. To add some ceilings to your model, you can go to architecture. From architecture, can access to ceiling. Under ceiling, you have two options: automatic ceiling and sketch ceiling. When are you going to use automatic ceiling? If your ceiling is on the boundaries of your room, you don't have to draw it. If your ceiling has an offset with hidden lights and things like that, you have to sketch the ceiling. Automatic ceiling will automatically read your rooms. If not, you can also use sketch ceiling. Let's sketch a ceiling over there. Line or pick lines this time. Let's pick this one. Let's pick this one, that one, and this way, this way. Fine. can just trim this one to that one, this one to this one, and also this one and these two. If you want an offset for your ceiling to add some hidden lines, you can just access to the modify panel, offset, give the number, maybe it's a 300 millimeters. Now you can offset your lines. Fine, it's a meter. I will use 0.03 or 0.3, right? This way. If you want the whole thing to use the offset, just click tab. It will select all of your chain. Click on the line, then tab, select the outer line and delete it. Now click OK. It's in your model, but the view range does not give you the ability to see it. So go to the ground floor plan. You don't have a ceiling plan for it. View, again to the plan views, reflected ceiling plans. Now you have the ability to choose from the list. Ground floor plan, and then click OK. Now this is your ceiling. You have this wall, so you can just click this, pick line, give it an offset from the initial point of drawing, 0.3. Fine? This way, sorry, and this line, trim, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can just delete this one, trim. Don't create overlapped lines because it will not enable you to create the option, okay? If you have two lines overlapping, it says it's overlapping. Maybe you didn't notice that and you continue drawing and you see that all the lines are intersecting and they are all trimmed. Once you click finish, it will say that there are some overlapping lines. So make sure you don't have overlapping lines, then continue your drawing. Finish. This is the ceiling. Now it's a plain ceiling. I want it to be like this one, 60 by 60 for example, tile. You can just select this one and click on the type selector, 60 by 60. Click OK. Now it's 60 by 60. Okay. You don't have to access to edit the profile. You don't have to double click on this. You can just select this and then change it to 60 by 12 for example. You will have this. You can also align these lines. You want the tiles to start from this point and from this line. You can just align, click on the first line, then on the tile line. Click on this line, then on that one. Fine? Clear? Okay. That's about the ceiling. Let's go to this file, open architecture template. Now I'm going to show you the roofs. The roof by footprint and the roof by extrusion. The recess, if I want to open this way inside the ceiling and go up then another ceiling, I will show you now. Okay, let's go back to our file. He is asking what if you have, for example, a hole here and you have a ceiling, then inside this ceiling you have a recess and you have another ceiling higher. Fine. Let's draw the first one, architecture, ceiling. Now I'm going to click sketch a ceiling. I'm going to select pick lines and click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm drawing outside. Okay, we have a line here, right? I will draw it. We should have one here. And then pick line. Click, sorry, on this. Let's consider this is our ceiling. Extend. It's not extending. I select this. I will. It's not intersecting. Fine. That's why it's not connecting. I will delete. I will draw an arc from this point, for example, this way. Okay. And then I'm going to pick line again. 1, 2, trim. This to this, this are trimmed, okay? This to this, and this to that, and delete this one. Now I have the outline of my ceiling. I should draw the outline of the recessed ceiling. So I can have this one, for example, from this point to that one. Maybe this is my ceiling, right? Can make this here, make this here. Okay? I can just click apply now. It says that there are some overlapping or intersecting lines. This is the line. Okay? Let's maybe I have overlapping lines. Delete. This one. Undo. This is the line that is not proper one. Delete it. Now you have it clean. You can just click OK. This is the ceiling number 1. Let's keep it flush. Okay. I want another ceiling here with another height. I can just create similar. I will have the sketch ceiling option. Now I can give it 2.8 for example, or 2.9 meter height offset from the level. Then I can just draw it here. Fine. Let's give it an offset like 0.3, 0.2 is fine, and then tab, then delete the inner side. Fine. Just click OK. Now you have two ceilings. They are above each other and the difference between them is 0.3, and it's inside the first one by 0.3. To see the boundary of the second one, you can just come here to the visual display, click and make it a wireframe. Now this is ceiling number 1 and this is ceiling number 2. Fine?
Automatic there will be
No.
closing.
He is asking now about the distance between these two ceilings. How to do that? You should add a wall in this place. Let's create a wall. Edit type, duplicate first. Let's name it gypsum board, for example. Okay. Then edit type, I will remove this one and I'm going to remove this one also. I'm going to make it 0.012, right? Or make it 0.03, for example, 2 layers. And from here you can add or create the material that you need. Fine. Click OK and then click OK. The ceiling number 1 is 2.6 height from the level. Ceiling number 2 is 2.9. So I want the wall to start from the ground floor plan with an offset of 2.65 is the thickness of the ceiling. Fine. And I want it to reach to the same level, with an offset of 2.9. Now you can just draw it. Pick line. The location line, I want it to be on the finish face exterior, because I want the wall to go inside, right? This way. From here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine, guys. And then you want to see it in section. Click on the section, draw the section here, double click on this bubble. Now you have the section drawn. This is ceiling number 1, this is ceiling number 2. We should align this wall. Maybe the ceiling thickness is not 0.5. Fine. Can just select, and don't forget the ceiling behind me. So I will go to the ground floor plan again. I can flip this section this way, double click. Now I want this wall to be extended. Fine. It's easy, no? You should just notice the heights, the differences between the heights, the offsets for the walls. You should be accurate a little bit. Okay.